peace in Liberia and beyond.
Good evening from Painesville and welcome to ELBC Newsline. Today is Friday, November 28th, 2025, and I'm Grace Tower anchoring this edition. For our top stories, President Joseph Boakai says government is regaining the trust and confidence of its international partners.
Our objective is clear, that is to ensure that every citizen, irrespective of geography, income, level of
Central Bank of Liberia introduces landmark payment system targeting mobile money services providers. Liberia re-elected through Category A on the Council of the International Maritime Organization. And away from Liberia, daughter of former South African President Jacob Zuma resigns as Member of Parliament following allegations of luring 17 men to fight for Russia in mercenaries in Ukraine. These stories plus many other developments are coming up, including our regular features. But first, Frederick Tiwa with a bulletin of news.
President Joseph Boakai has returned to the country following his successful participation in the 17th Methodist Forum in Tangiers, Morocco. Upon his arrival at the Rabat International Airport Friday, President Boakai said his government is working effectively to restore global trust in Liberia. The president emphasized his leadership's commitment to making Liberia an investment-friendly country, aiming to improve the livelihood of citizens. During his participation in the 17th Methodist Forum in Morocco, President Boakai called on fellow African leaders to rise above complacency in addressing the continent's pressing challenges. The Liberian leader was also honored with the Grand Prix Award, recognizing his vision and leadership in advocacy in Africa's advancement to global affairs. At the same time, President Joseph Boakai has declared Saturday, November 29, the 130th birth anniversary of the late William V.S. Tubman to be celebrated throughout the country as a national holiday. The late William V.S. Tubman served as the 18th President of Liberia. In a proclamation, President Boakai ordered and directed all government ministries, agencies, business houses, and marketplaces to remain closed on Saturday from 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening. A foreign ministry release says the day is in consonance with an act of the 42nd legislature declaring November 29 each year as a national holiday in keeping with the will of the Liberian people. Owing to the numerous contributions during his administration, citizens petitioned the legislature to issue permanent record of their sentiments in honor of his birth anniversary for posterity. The Central Bank of Liberia, the CBL, is expected to launch an inclusive instant payment system for smooth transactions among banks, different mobile money services, and other payment providers. According to CBL, the system will allow users of Orange Money to transfer cash to users of MTN mobile money or vice versa at an affordable service charge. At a media roundtable in Monrovia Friday, Deputy Central Bank Governor for Operations James Warfield described the system as a digital platform that seeks to make payment secure and convenient.
The initiative aligns with our broader financial inclusion strategy and support the achievement of the national development goals.
Deputy Governor Wilfred disclosed that in the coming days, CBL will engage the public through the media to explain the significance of the system. The Deputy Central Bank Governor said CBL remains committed to addressing critical gaps through policy-driven interventions like the introduction of inclusive instant payment system. The National Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Commission has launched its 5-year strategic plan. The plan runs from 2026 to 2030, worth more than 26 million United States dollars. The board chairman of the commission and Public Works Minister Roland Giddings said the plan marks a significant moment. Liberia is joining towards universal access to safe, affordable, and climate-resilient wash services for Liberians. Mr. Giddings added that the plan is a national commitment rooted in evidence, policy alignment, and collective aspirations of every citizen. He said water and sanitation are essential pillars of public health, human dignity, educational outcomes, productivity, and environmental sustainability. The Public Works Minister spoke Friday in Monrovia through his proxy, Assistant Public Works Minister for Community Services, Albert Tokolo, when he launched the 5-year strategic plan of the WASH Commission. Meanwhile, the Chief Executive Officer of the WASH Commission, George Yango, described the plan as a national roadmap that places Liberia on stronger and more resilient path. Mr. Yango emphasized that the document fulfills a cardinal commitment included in the performance management and compliance system and the institutional performance management system. He added that the strategic plan provides a clear framework for resource allocation, strengthens accountability, and ensures alignment among government partners and communities.
It outlines our long-term goals and the actions required to achieve them over the next 5 years. It defines our mission, our vision, our values, priorities, and institutional direction.
Mr. Yango noted that the plan also aligned with the arrest agenda for inclusive development, global frameworks such as SDG 6 and Vision 2030, among others. He made a statement Friday in Monrovia during the launch of the 5-year strategic plan of the WASH Commission. Grand Cape Mount County Senator Dapa Vapila has been engaging residents of Sinji on the formation of the national budget and how it shapes development decisions. She said although budget preparation faces challenges, it remains a gradual and organized exercise. Senator Vapila stressed that informed constituents can better question the leaders and track government's actions. She praised the community for its interest in governance and pledged continued legislative engagement. Meanwhile, Sinjay Chairperson Sekou Sherif thanked partners, local leaders, and donors for supporting what he described as a timely initiative led by the NGO sector. A one-day legislative constituency engagement has ended in Sinjay, Grand Cape Mount County, bringing together citizens and policymakers to deepen their understanding of the lawmaking process and civic participation. The event, organized by the Netherlands Institute for Multi-Party Democracy that's NRMD, focused on helping residents better understand the workings of the legislature and contribute to national decision-making. NRMD Program Director, Councillor Darwin Doma, said the dialogue provided the opportunity for lawmakers and communities to connect and discuss relevant issues. Councillor Doma disclosed that research conducted by the institution shows that health remains the leading priority for women across the district. The initiative is supported by the Liberia Electoral Support Project Plus in partnership with UNDP, Youth Women, and the European Union. The Liberia National Red Cross Society, in collaboration with the National Disaster Management Agency, has launched a dialogue on anticipatory action on disasters in Liberia. The dialogue aims at to craft preventive measures that provide early warning and proactive steps before disaster occurs. Speaking at the launch, the General Secretary of the National Red Cross Society, Gregory Blamu, acknowledged Liberia's response to disaster in the past and stressed the need for transformative action to save lives and reduce economic costs. Mr. Blamu named strengthening forecasting, financing for early action, community preparedness, national anticipatory framework, and promoting awareness as urgent actions that Liberia needs to prioritize in proactive disaster approach. He called on government and international partners to increase investment in community resilience programs, technical capacity building, and early warning monitoring infrastructures. Meanwhile, the Executive Director of National Disaster Management Agency, Antul Dolly, reaffirmed the agency's commitment to providing violent solution and protection for disaster in Liberia. Liberia has been re-elected to Category A of the Council of the International Maritime Organization, IMO. Liberia attained 141 votes to retain the seat on the Council of 5 member states. It can be recalled in May 2025, the Liberian Permanent Mission to the International Maritime Organization, headed by Ambassador Rabo Pare, launched Liberia's campaign for re-election to Category A on the RMO Council. The International Maritime Organization is the United Nations specialized agency with responsibility for the safety and security of international shipping and the prevention of marine and atmospheric pollution by ships. According to this dispatch, Liberia is currently the highest onward due payer to the IMO, and its dues are being on time. Liberia currently chairs the largest marine environment protection committee of the IMO and is playing leadership role in various IMO committees, subcommittees, and working groups. ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, the highest decision-making body within the regional bloc, has issued a communique ordering the military in Guinea-Bissau to return the country to constitutional order. It followed a video meeting attended by President Joseph Boakai and counterparts from Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, and Sierra Leone. In the communique, a copy of which Elbc has, ECOWAS Mediation and Security Council suspended Guinea-Bissau from all of its decision-making bodies until the restoration of full and effective constitutional order in the country. The ECOWAS authority, chaired by President Julia Marabio of Sierra Leone, was mandated to immediately lead a high-level mediation mission to Guinea-Bissau to engage the leaders of the coup on the situation. It said the mission shall include President Paul Yansibi of Togo, Josie Marian Perari Neves of Cabo Verde, and Bishiru Faye of Senegal. According to the communique, the West African leaders will be accompanied by the president of the ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Omar Ali Touré. Meanwhile, the Mediation and Security Council of ECOWAS is urging soldiers of Guinea-Bissau to return to the barracks in order to maintain their constitutional role. Vice President Jeremiah Cohn has underscored that nutrition remains central to government's arrest agenda for inclusive development. Vice President Cohn noted that Liberia cannot achieve inclusive development without addressing the structural drivers of stunting, food insecurity, and poor health outcomes. He spoke recently when he convened cabinet ministers, lawmakers, development partners, and civil society actors for the launch of the Resource Mobilization Strategy for Liberia Multi-Sectorial Nutrition Cluster Strategic Plan for 2024 to 2028. The high-level gathering focused on securing sustainable financing, improving coordination, and strengthening data-driven action to combat malnutrition across the country. The launch held in partnership with UN Nutrition in Liberia brought renewed momentum to the government's national nutrition agenda. Discussions centered on establishing dedicated nutrition budget lines in the fiscal year 2026 national budget, reinforcing school feeding programs, and expanding community health services in underserved counties. Meanwhile, development partners reaffirmed their long-term commitment to supporting the government through technical assistance, capacity building, and financial contributions. They include the European Union, Chinese Embassy, the German government, Ireland, World Food Programme, UNICEF, and several independent NGOs. They highlighted the economic value of investing in nutrition, stressing that even small, well-targeted allocations produce high returns for children, families, and the wider economy. The stakeholders also emphasized the need to upgrade food safety standards, strengthen the Liberia Standards Authority, and expand community-based agriculture models to ensure stable food supply. And the Liberia Revenue Authority, the LRA, says this aligning its operation with the country's 2010 Freedom of Information Law to foster transparency and accountability. LRA Commissioner General Double Jala said the goal is to ensure citizens get access to information from the Liberia Revenue Authority as enshrined in the FOR law. The LRA Commissioner General spoke Friday in Pinzu at the start of a one-day information awareness compliance and record management training. The training was organized by the Independent Information Commission to harness LRA personnel knowledge on Liberia's Freedom of Information law. Meanwhile, Independent Information Commission Director of Compliance, Aman Johnson, pledged to ensure every public institution adhere to the FRO law of the country.
Frederick Tiria with the news bulletin. He makes a return later with the weather and our international developments. One of the big stories we're following this evening: Liberia re-elected to Category A on the Council of the International Maritime Organization. Users of Orange Money will soon be able to transfer money to users of Lone Star Mobile Money or vice versa. Such breakthrough is in the mobile money business has been enabled by the inclusive instant payment system, a platform developed and to be launched by the Central Bank of Liberia. Deputy Central Bank Governor for Operations James Wolford provided the significance of the platform during a media roundtable in Monrovia Friday.